Shut up and sit down.
Hello and good evening. I hope everyone is doing well.
I was literally telling Alex after our last episode, I wish there was a way for us to know at what second mark StreamYard pulls whatever they use as the default thumbnail image on social media for this, because I don't know when it is, but every single time they do me the dirtiest possible, and it's like the absolute worst moment of me just making the randomest face in the middle of talking or whatever. I don't know. So maybe we'll figure that out, or else I'm just going to start off like the first minute of everyone just smiling.
Maybe you have to literally smile the entire podcast. You have to look immaculate the entire time.
If they would just tell us at what second mark it started, like I could make it work, but whatever. Anyways,
happen. We don't have that luxury. Hello, Laura. She's on.
Y'all ever need a good laugh? Just go scroll through literally every live episode and see what face is Jacqueline making today.
Wait, I don't think we're. Oh no, we are live. Wait, are we live?
I don't know. It just says scheduled on my screen instead of live like it did earlier.
Usually there's like a live thing.
I know. Yeah.
Hold on now.
I don't know, but in the search bar it shows the red video.
Oh. I lost Jacqueline now. Okay. Well, that's strange. I don't know why it kicked her off. Strange. I don't know why. Okay. I'm waiting for her to come back. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Shut up and sit down.
Okay, now it shows that we're live. I don't understand what's going on, and it still kicked Jacqueline off. I don't know. Anyway, this damn thing's acting ridiculous. All right. Wait. Oh, here she is. Okay, anyway. So we're back, waiting for her to log back. I don't know what the heck happened. Literally, everyone said we were live, but yet it didn't show live on the section or up on the corner for me, and it kicked you off.
Well, and now it only shows live like under a minute, and it's been a lot longer than that.
A lot longer than that, because we have almost 30 people watching. Anyway, awkward. I hate this stupid StreamYard. It's been messing up ever since we started doing this season. I'm on my last nerve with this platform. Anyway, okay. So welcome back, Jacqueline. We've been live this whole time, apparently, but we didn't know it. Oh, well, here we are. But yeah, so excited to talk about the Arkansas State game. This obviously was last night in the Sawmill. And let's just say I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh my God, me too.
It was I'm not going to call it a shellacking, by any means, but it definitely was a happy surprise.
It was a nice dub, for sure.
Nice dub is accurate. It is crazy. I don't even, like I said, I don't even understand or know, like, I guess just to go off of Coach's post-game presser, like they prepared a lot more for this game, which makes more sense because obviously the Millsap game, like he said, it was very vanilla. And I'm going to keep saying that all season long. He kept calling, he's like, we prepared very minimally, basically, like we played very vanilla, and that was for a good reason. Like, I was like, okay, fair. They were not vanilla last night.
Nope.
No, they weren't. Wow.
Yeah, and I mean that does make a lot of sense because and I've forgotten to discuss this with you, but usually Alex and I play a little game that each game that we started way back when we first started this, when Wade was here, we would play the game of whose scouting report was it? And it was usually very easy to guess whose scout it was. And the first game at home, I couldn't have told you. Last night, I don't know about you, but I'm going to say it was Jimmy's. That it was Jimmy's scout.
Yeah, I was either going to say it was either Jimmy's or Matt's, honestly. Like, it's harder to tell because we don't know these guys very well yet. Like, we don't know their mannerisms. But, like, yeah. And if you were watching Coach compared to the Millsap game versus how he acted last night, totally different vibe. Like, he was a spicy meatball. A spicy meatball.
The jumping up and stomping sequence is what got me. I was like, here we go. And listen, we'd love to see it. I'm happy for any, like, I mean, whatever, coach however you need to coach. I'm not gonna like police someone on that unless they're being a dick to the players unnecessarily, because that I just personally I don't enjoy. But he was just very animated, jumping up and down and really expressive.
It's a great way to explain it.
Dennis, Axum Jacks, Kiana's going for All-American. I don't know why I'm losing my voice today. He sure is, man. He's been high point all 3 games thus far.
Yeah. I think my favorite, I don't know if I'm going to save this for strengths or I'll just say it now. I think my favorite Coach Breyer moment from last night was when, okay, so
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, Jacqueline didn't see it, but I did, and I was so tickled. I was laughing so hard. So anyway, they were on our side of the court and playing, passing the ball, whatever. Obviously, somebody did something on the other team, and the ref that was standing literally like right directly in front of Coach called the foul, and literally Coach like walks right past him, like taps him on the back, literally says, "Good job." Or he's mouthed something like, "Hey, thanks," or "Good job." And I was dying. I could not breathe for about 30 seconds because I'm just like, that was just such a random, funny moment that I don't think very many people saw. But I just happened to look over when the foul was called, and Coach just is like, "Hey, man, good job." Like, just taps him on the shoulder or the back, and I was dying. Yeah, Laura, the karate kick moment. Hunter also said, "Call Coach the new Karate Kid." He was kicking. He was kicking too. We haven't seen him like that. Again, these are new coaches to us as well. So like trying to get used to their mannerisms and how they act on and off the court. This is fun. I'm enjoying getting to know what they do and how they react to things. And I will just say, I mean, I haven't really seen much like animation in terms of like spiciness. I'm just going to call it spiciness all season. Spiciness from other coaches, but like Matt was showing something last night and I was digging it. Like a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Loved it. Loved it. Yeah, I have a lot of things to say tonight, but we'll just get started into the normal rundown.
All right. Let me find myself here. Sorry.
Find yourself.
Okay,
I just have to make a note that if, again, the microphones pick up everything. If anybody hears like big, loud bangs or booms or knocks, or I'm not getting abducted or kidnapped, or literally my backyard tree is dropping acorns at the rate of sound. Like every 20 seconds, there are acorns and leaves and branches falling onto my roof going, boom, boom, boom. It's all night long and all day long. It's like a symphony of acorns. I've never had so many acorns fall in my backyard before in my life. And it's just, I'm glad we got a new roof because, I mean, they're coming down forceful. If you literally, it feels like there are little tiny squirrels in my trees tossing acorns down with the fervor of a baseball player, like just 100-mile-per-hour acorns coming at your face. That's what it feels like.
Well, per usual, if y'all hear any noise on my end, it's probably just my cats trying to kill each other. I mean,
those freaking cats.
I'll break it up if it gets too rowdy.
Okay, go ahead.
So just background info of some of the people Alex and I met last night before we get into the actual game. But Gerald's girlfriend was at the game. She sat with us and Laura. So glad that she made it. That was nice. After the game, we met Latif's dad, flew down from Boston. And then we met her parents. So that was nice. I think they're going to be at the game next week.
Thank you for the game notes. And I finally got to meet Bryson's mom. I didn't get to meet his dad or his sister. They were off talking with other people, but I met his mother. So that was really nice. And I know you and Laura had already met her. So yeah, we're starting to meet parents now, which is always fun for us too. And a lot of them all met, like Latif. Shout out to Latif's dad, Latif Sr. He listens to the podcast. And then Rit's parents, they also listen, or at least they recognized us. They're like, "Oh, you guys do the podcast?" You're like, "Yes."
I know. I'm like, well, is that a good or a bad thing? And then we'll answer.
I know. Every time we meet basketball parents, they're like, "Oh, you do the podcast." We're like, "Are you happy about this? Like, is this a good thing?" Anyway, don't forget Joey. No, screw Joey. I'm not talking positively about Joey. Joey's on my shit list, Laura. Absolutely not.
Well, we'll get to Joey. And of course, as y'all see from my little caption, it was very bittersweet last night. See our Matthew Elizabeth in the Sawmill in a different jersey. So that was different. But anywho, so I didn't rewatch all of it, but started watching the game from last night. And interesting note that I wouldn't have known otherwise. Thank you, Rob. For anyone who's wondering, now Rob does the ESPN feed instead of the radio, which I had to explain to my dad last night. Anyway, finally got him on the same page. So last night, this matchup between our whole lineup and Arkansas State whole lineup, because we played Arkansas State last season, which I'll get to here in a second in the background.
We've played them a lot recently, like the past 10 years.
Well, we've only played them 3 times.
Oh, it felt like more than that.
No, I'll get to that in a second. But anywho, we played them last season. From last season to this season, the only 3 players out of both lineups last night who played in the matchup last season was Cece, Keon, and Matt. Everyone else on our roster was new. Everyone else on their roster was new.
You know, that's actually a really good stat, and I love that. And whenever I was going through the roster on Arkansas State side, they have a lot, like we have a lot of transfers too. Like they have a ton of transfers as well from 4-year D1 schools. So that's just the nature of the game now. All these schools are just, getting transfers from other, D1s and or, people moving up and transferring from D2s or D3s or JUCOs. And that's just Like the fact that we have a couple actual true freshmen is shocking. But I love it. But it's just not what happens anymore.
Yeah. So general history, background info. Before last night, we had only played Arkansas State twice. 1 win, 1 loss. Our matchup history. The last matchup was last season, and we lost by 10 points, 59-49 at Arkansas State. Time before that was when Alex and I went. That's why we won. At Arkansas State in 2019.
Damn.
But almost 20 points, 76-57.
That was the game that they tried to set us up in the back, in the top corner, and we said absolutely effing not, and we just charged our happy asses down to the second row behind the bench, whether they liked it or not.
So full shade to Arkansas State because when Alex and I went to that game, we had coach passes to get in because Wade got us. And the seats they gave us were literally all the way up in the mezzanine area. And we're like,
absolutely not.
You're not. The Coliseum wasn't even a fourth of the way full. We were like, we're not sitting up there. So we just went down, sat behind our bench.
The first 4 rows behind our bench were completely empty. I was like, there's no way that the coach player passes are up in the freaking corner second row. No, you're no.
They tried to do us dirty, and we were like, we're not sitting up there. Thanks, though.
Yeah. Hello, Latif's dad.
Oh my God. Is that him or is that someone saying hi to him?
I'm gonna assume that it's him, but I'm 0 for a lot on assuming things lately, so I'm just gonna let him answer that.
Okay. So I'll dive right in. So general notes, our starters for the game, same as the last 2 games: Keon, CC, Cam, Gerald, and Latif. We did win 90-65. Our attendance was 1,923, which not the greatest amount, but 1923. That's kind of funny.
I was just about to say, I was like, 1923, the year that we were founded. How funny. Which I will make one small comment, and then we'll move on to the stats. So I know a lot of people were, and Keon mentioned it in the post-game presser. Obviously, they're like, the crowd wasn't as big as they thought it was going to be or as they hoped it would be, but the people that were there, they were so appreciative of the people that did come. And they did, give a little bit of a home court advantage because the people that were there were loud and cheering, especially over in the student section. So again, just keep it going. And the more exciting and fun the games are, the more hopefully people will begin to come back again. I mean, it's taken football a long time to get a big crowd back again. So I think, over the next few games, hopefully people will realize, well, this is the best game in town. This is the cheapest date in town. And the fact that you can get 2 tickets for $10, you really can't beat that. That's cheaper than driving to Lufkin for a movie. So give me a break. Get your butts to the games and support these teams. I just don't, that to me, it just boggles my mind. They're like, nothing to do. Well, give me a break, bro.
I agree. And I'm glad you said that because honestly, I mean, if any of you watch us ever, I normally don't like to address this topic. And this is why, because what more can I do or Alex do? We
tried it all.
A damn podcast covering every single game, telling y'all how great these guys are, how awesome they are, how much we love supporting them, how much we love the games. And like anybody who knows me at all, basketball is the best sport in the world. I love it so much. I will watch any game ever. I've always been that way. But I can't make other people love it like I do and want to come to the games. So I don't know what else there is to do. I wish that it was back like it was whenever Alex and I were in grad school and it was like literally every seat was full. I wish. I don't know. I wished for a lot of shit, and I'm not a millionaire yet either. So I don't know what to do.
But I agree with Melvin. I think the excitement behind this team, I mean, based off of the game last night, I feel like this team is really exciting. They're playing with so much heart and intensity, and they're they're just fun to watch. They're super fun to watch. And I think I agree with Melvin. I think this team will draw big crowds. And I agree. I think people are a little, I don't know, maybe gun shy because of the past few seasons that it's been like, huge expectations and then let down. So it's like, I mean, I get that. Like, believe me, we get that better than anybody. But it's like, just give us your undivided attention and your, love and support this season. And I promise, I really don't think this team's going to let us down. I really don't. They've played really well so far. I mean, we just beat a really pretty dang good Arkansas State team, and then we play Rice on Tuesday night. So I think last night was really fun. And a lot of people on social media, I was watching, scrolling, ready to come to the defense of any naysayers and BSers. And I didn't really have to do that. So I was shocked. Everybody was really positive. So I agree. And yes, that is his dad. Hi.
So, yeah, no, I don't disagree with that, but it's also going to piss me off if like all of a sudden people decide to start showing up. Cause it's like, let's just not be like a fair bandwagon fan. Like
it's not happening.
Because like Alex and I, and come when we fully know they're not even going to make the conference tournament, which by the way means that you're not even in the top 8 of 12 in our conference, because these guys deserve it either way. Like whether they're doing great or they're not, they deserve even more support then. So like, just if you like basketball, come. I mean, these guys are great and they deserve the support.
I agree.
Hunter says, Hunter says winning helps, and the fact SFA won across the board today is going to help huge the next week for everyone.
Agreed. Yeah, shout out to Coach Carthel. Real quick, shout out to Coach Carthel and the fucking football team. They are on a roll. They are buzzsawing through the Southland. They've won 8 in a row. They have sole possession of first place. First of all, this hasn't happened 8 in a row since the year I was born, 1989. Hasn't happened since the year I was born. So shout out to them. Continue to support football as well, and Coach Carthel and those guys. They're cruising, and I wish I could be at the game on Saturday and at the Homer Bryce, but I'm in a wedding, so I will be missing that. But you guarantee that it'll be on TV somewhere or on my phone during the reception. But anyway, we can move on now. Sorry, I got distracted.
I love that for Coach Carthel. Love him. So
we love Coach. So yeah.
Melvin says last night was fun. It was.
It was.
Laura XXXX. Okay. John Kennedy stat section.
Let's go.
Field goal percentage 48.6. 3-point percentage 36.4. Free throw percentage 52.6. Points in the paint 34. Points off turnovers 24. Second chance points 26. Fast break points 3. Bench points 24. We had a total of 49 rebounds, 19 offensive and 30 defensive. Fouls, we had 25. Turnovers, we had 14 and they had 14. Steals, we had 5. Blocks, we had 8. Game leaders, we had, again, third game in a row. Like we said, leading the way on the points was Keon with 26 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal. Right on his heels, we had Latif with 17 points, 2 assists, 1 steal. Nareet with 14 points, 3 rebounds. And Gerald, again, with a stat in every single column, 9 points, 11 rebounds. That's the closest he's been to a double-double. 6 blocks, 1 assist, 1 steal. Could have almost had a triple-double, really. Just wild.
Wild.
So, player of the game, Alex, who are you going to go with?
Okay, I've been taking notes over here. Yeah, I haven't taken notes during games in a really long time. I did take some notes the other night, and now I'm adding some more notes to my other notes. We're doing a lot of notes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so player of the game.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I should have included this on the lineup list, so I'm going to mention him real fast. CC had 8 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 steal. So also an item column.
Ooh, CC. I'll add that to the strengths. But anyway, okay. So my player of the game, for reasons that are pretty freaking obvious, because this is something we have not had in a very, very long time. And I'm going to say, I am so glad that we stole Gerald from the freaking Demons of Northwestern, because holy shit, talk about finally having a shot blocker. He is my player of the game, and it's clear. I mean, listen, defense makes the offense better. And when you got a shot blocker like Gerald up there, absolutely crushing the boards, also getting rebounds, just getting in people's way the whole game, creating disruption. Literally, that boy could score 0 points the whole game, and I'd be ecstatic. And I know, and the thing is I know he would be too. He knows his role. And that is one thing I learned about him, listening to him at the post-game pressers, him and Keon. They both know their role. Gerald knows that if he scores 0 points all night, it doesn't matter. He is there to block shots, to get rebounds, to cause disruption at the boards and in the paint. And I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Honorable mention, Latif, for clear reasons.
That right there, because, I'm going to say that was one of Dad's comments in our typical post-game chat. He was, Gerald doesn't even have to score a single point in the game to be absolutely necessary and make a humongous impact. Like it's just an added bonus or a little icing on the cake if he gets points.
Correct.
Like, not even concerned about if he gets points or not. And I'm not saying that in a downplaying way, like we don't expect him to score.
Right.
It's just that's not the best contribution that he has to give us. Like, we're happy when he does score, but the other things that he does are so important and so ridiculous when he does them that it's like, okay, points are like the last thing that we're concerned about. You'll get some, and we're pleased with that. But
like,
man, I mean,
I'm jumping out of my skin, Jacqueline. That's how excited I am about Gerald. And let me just say, and Gerald, but even Moo is getting some time in there and getting some shots and causing some problems down there, which is great because Gerald's going to need a break at some point.
Yeah,
he can't play. He can't play the whole damn time. But you know what I mean. But Gerald, holy shit! I think
I know at least the last 2 games. I think all 3 games he's had a stat in every single column.
Well, okay, so during post-game and he may have, but during the post-game presser, when Coach was talking about Gerald specifically, he was like, I really challenged Gerald because during the secret scrimmage versus UTSA, he didn't block a single shot. And then I think, so he really challenged him. And then the same thing during the exhibition game. I guess he maybe had a couple, but not many. He goes, I'm challenging him that that's his contribution, is blocking shots and getting rebounds. And he goes, he really stepped up tonight. And I was like,
yeah,
keep challenging him. Literally, I cannot. I'm beaming. I'm literally like giddy, giggling. Because I'm just like, when was the last time that you can remember that we had an actual shot blocker who didn't give a flying you-know-what about scoring?
Well, the only other player that we've had in recent times who can block a shot is CC, which we'll get to in a minute. But also, like, bear in mind, CC's not normally on the block.
Correct.
So when he does get a block, it's like either because his man drove in or he just came flying in from out of nowhere.
He's good at that.
But like a shot blocker who's actually defending the blocks the whole game. It's been, I don't know when. And we had someone who was over 7 foot last year and should have been blocking shots, but
well,
I digress.
Here we go.
Okay. So, anywho, My player of the game. I mean, it was hard.
It's hard.
I love that every single game so far. And when I say that, I'm referring to just the 3 that I have stats for that we've covered. It's been really difficult because I mean, Keon has been the high point every single game so far out of those 3. But
Making more notes.
every one of those 3 games, there have been multiple other players whose score was very close to his. And again, the high point isn't always the most important thing. And other players every single game have been putting up ridiculous stats in other areas that are so important. So man, it was hard. I mean, it would literally be a toss up between Keon, Latif, and Gerald. Since you covered Gerald, I'm gonna give it to Latif on this one, especially since his dad was there. And Latif played a great game last night, and I'm gonna give you 2 reasons why. Of the many, what'd she say? I didn't get to read it.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. She said, speaks volumes that he accepted the challenge and raised it too. I agree. He not only he continues to raise the bar, and I want to see him pushing those boundaries. And I just wanted to see, keep going.
Perfect timing that I'm talking about Latif too, because his dad last night asked, how's your cat? And here he is. In case you forgot, his name is Scotty. I got him right at the beginning of COVID when The Last Dance started airing, and thus I named him Scotty after Scottie Pippen. Anyways, all right, Latif, back to the subject at hand. Latif is one of the best 3-point shooters we've had in years. And he plays excellent defense. And last night, he is a big part of the reason why our beloved Matthew Elizabeth did not look his best. And that was because Latif was giving it to him. I mean, he was
that's being generous
on his ass, defending shots, defending the passing lanes. I mean, Matthew could not make a move without Latif. And he did a great job defending him.
He did. Because that was one thing I was worried about, was because we know Matt, we know him like the back of our hand. We know his style of play. We know he's quick, he's agile, he can slip in, and he can, give some great layups and just in the basket. I was worried. I was like, I don't know who we're going to put on him that's going to be able to match his intensity and his, style of play. I was like, it's either it's either going to be CeCe, Latif, or other combinations of that. I was like, but hey.
Yeah, and that's even more why that was such a reason for me to give it to him, because we had heard some murmurings that it may be CeCe guarding him, which I honestly thought that would probably be my pick, simply because Keon, while he's a fantastic defensive player, he's not really tall enough to defend Matt's shots. And CeCe is so athletic and has also played with Matt before for numerous years and knows him so well. But the fact that Latif had no prior connection with Matt and still played him that well defensively was spectacular. Laura said, I love to see it. Love Matt, but Latif did his homework.
Agreed.
They got a great scouting report and they paid attention. I will say that. So
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. So
oh, sorry.
No. We literally said the same thing. Like we've already talked a ton of strength. Let's continue to bring it up and talk about it. We've been talking about Latif. Let's just talk about him a little bit longer, but let's just talk about him and Keon combo. Like the 1-2 punch of him, Keon. Let's just say, first of all, the starting lineup that coach has right now, I think is outstanding. I think it's been carefully curated. I think I would put this starting lineup against anybody in the Southland any day of the week, morning, noon, or night. Obviously, having the deep bench that we have for rotating in and out and subbing in and out is going to come in so handy, especially when we get deep into the Southland Conference, and we're going to need the bench 100%. Some of the teams that we play, we know are fast, they're hard, they're strong, and gonna need them. Holy shit, the defense.
We definitely stepped it up defense for sure. And it was magical.
Holy crap. Within the first, 5 minutes of the game, I was like, who the hell turned on the defensive jets? I mean, it was like, well, first of all, again, it should be night and day. When you're playing a team like Millsaps and then you're switching gears and going against a D1 team that is way more on your level, you got to turn on the Jets defensively. And they did. And they did. I was pleased as punch, man. The defense was nuts. The energy was insane. That's all I had. I mean,
no, it was absolutely spectacular. And it was really across the board. Like, I can't even attribute that to just a couple of players. Because, like, let me throw my mic on the ground. Like we've just bragged on, Latif for his guarding Matt. And then, Keon was playing some great defense. Like we've just talked about, Gerald, his 9 points, 11 rebounds, 6 blocks. And then we got, like I said, Cece with the 10 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal. And Cece's another one of those players. My dad and I were talking about last night where Dad was like, even if Cece doesn't score a point the entire game, like he's got to be in the starting lineup and we got to have him on the floor because just his athleticism and defense, he's such a defensive presence, and his athleticism and Alex and I have talked about this, his leadership on the floor is just like unparalleled, and you just got to have him out there. But so a specific feat of strength from last night, that block from Cece, that is just his signature for anyone who's new to watching him. Like I've rarely ever seen a player as athletic as him who will just come from nowhere and literally swat it into the first row.
Literally left field. Like he flies. You're right. He comes out of literally nowhere. He's flying in. I don't know how he gets up so high, what kind of springs he has in his legs. I don't know where he must be descended from bunnies or some shit or kangaroos. I don't freaking know. But when he does that, when he jumps that high and he's flying all over the court, like it reminds me so much of like Nate Bain in terms of like the fact that he's literally all over the court. He can go from coast to coast in like a snap of the fingers. He's in your face. He's over here. He's jumping for rebounds. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. And I love that type of player. Like, again, you may not score a ton of points every night, but your presence is felt regardless. And it's you can't diminish his contributions every single night. And some people may disagree, but I do not care. Do not care, because CC belongs in that lineup. He belongs as a starter. And you know what I mean? He's just great. He's great. Let's see, Laura.
Well, if people disagree, they're just wrong. Sorry. You're not watching the same game we are. You disagree.
Yeah.
Laura says, let's not sleep on Narito. He is a shooter and gets his defensive chops in. Absolutely, he is. He is a great outside shooter and is very consistent, which is kind of rare as a shooter saying that. A lot of shooters are very streaky, and they can be real hot or real cold. And Narit's a pretty even kill temp all the way through. He is hitting it pretty much all the time. Melvin CC comes through in the clutch. Yes, he does.
I mean, he had 3 defensive rebounds. He had no turnovers whatsoever. He was 4 of 13 from the 3. I mean, yeah, he took a ton. He made 4 though, which is great. But he took he attempted 13. I love the fact that he kept going with it, but we got to make a little bit more than that. But still, played for 23 minutes, and I feel like he'll just continue to get better as the season goes. But the fact that we have shooters and they feel confident enough to get out there and shoot. And I mean, what do we always say? You're not going to make a three unless you attempt it. So
that right there. And speaking as a shooter, it's so important. I didn't realize he had taken that many last night, honestly.
Me neither until I just checked. I was like, oof.
Yeah. But I'm still gonna say, he is a really good 3-point shooter, and it's so important as a shooter to have a coach who gives you the confidence and the freedom to take those shots. And honestly, if your team as a whole is getting in there and rebounding, then it shouldn't be. I mean, I'm not saying jack it up from left field all the time for no reason, but if you're a good shooter and you take a good shot, even if you miss it, like a good opportunity, even if you miss it, if y'all are in there trying to get the rebounds, you got to take a shot to make a shot. So,
agreed. I agree.
Things to get in there and get it. So,
for sure. I mean, let me just give you a quick. I wrote it down somewhere. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay. Arkansas State had 11 second chance points, 11 to our 26. Okay. Arkansas State had 20 points in the paint to our 34. We were holding them. And let's just.
Yeah, literally. Oh, go ahead.
No, go. Yep. All you.
I think the only stat that because for a field goal they were 31, we were over 40. 3-point they were 18, we were 36. Their free throw percentage was 78, but we'll get to that on the grievances.
Yeah, they only beat us on also just bench points too. We had 24 to their 41, but that's because their starters didn't do anything. All of their bench points came from fucking Joey.
Well, also because they didn't play their starters. Case in point, Matt only played 17 minutes. I'll save that for also. I mean, I'm obviously happy that we won. So let's not get that twisted. But last few feats of strength, I guess, that we'll give. Because I haven't bragged on Cam any this episode, and while he wasn't in the top scorers, he scored 6 points. He was 2 of 6 from the 3-point line, so he was 30% from the 3-point line. Pretty good. 2 rebounds. I can read here, an assist. He's a great outside shooter as well and a great defensive player. So yay for that. Yeah.
Laura, love you. Hey, love you too. What did I say this time? What did I do this time? Who knows? I'm sure I said or did something. But yeah, I'm just okay. Okay, I have a couple more. Wait a minute. So yeah, we talked about CC, his tenacity and fire on the court. He was fired up. Oh, she loves me because of what I said about Joey. Anyway, okay, yeah. His fire, his tenacity on the court. He was fired up last night. Fired up. Ha. They all were fired up. But when CC, here's another thing too about our 2 returnees, CC and Keon. They're very even keeled in terms of emotions. You're not going to see Keon get too fired up or too spicy. We'll go back to spicy unless it deems it necessary. You know what I mean? He's quiet anyway. Well, he's quiet, for the most part. He might not be quiet around the team, but you know what I mean? We don't even. Anyway, When CC is getting fired up on the sidelines after a block or a turnover or something, like, the juice is flowing, and I love that. I love that. Another thing I love about Gerald, and I mentioned it last night. I don't know how long he's been doing this for, but anytime that boy gets a bucket and he sticks his tongue out. You know who else did that kind of crap? Thomas Walkup.
Yep. I made that point last night. Alex was like, "Oh my god," and I was like, you know, what's even better is I'm pretty certain that he probably doesn't know who Thomas just is completely organic, and I love it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, let me pull up our videos so we can move on. Why is it taking forever to load? One moment, please. There we go.
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
Okay. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. What's happening? Okay. Hey, Hunter, ATW mentioned, you know it was going to happen, Hunter. When you saw that boy stick his tongue out, you knew that was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, loved it, man. Those dunks were just sick.
Sick. Disgusting. I'm sure we both have the same probably main grievance, which is
honestly, yeah, my only complaint about our guys' play last night is the free throws.
That was mine.
Like me and Keon are about to lead a free throw clinic because it is atrocious. The free throw percentages we've been putting up there, 52%. You got to be kidding me, man. I know that our guys can shoot better free throws than that. So I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept a 52% free throw percentage.
I agree. And I can only guarantee that they heard the same thing in the locker room, that percentage is absolutely abysmal. Laura said it. They are free, baby.
They're free, baby.
They're free. I'm gonna pull a page from Tess Rance's constant sayings and college basketball. Free throws and rebounds. And if you can't get either, you're not gonna win. And thank God, everything else was hitting on all cylinders last night because the free throws weren't it, baby. The free throws weren't it. We got to work on that. You know, if that's one thing that I have to say is after last night watching and Millsap's game, we have got to get better on the free throws. Got it. Because we're going to play some teams that, we don't have a 20 to 30 point lead on at some point, and the free throws are going to come in clutch, and we have to make those goddamn things. Got to make those things.
Yeah. Gotta make them, man. All you gotta do, refer back to what I said the last episode. Literally, the only thing you have to do to get that ball to go in the net on a free throw is to get a good backspin on the ball. And if you're anywhere freaking close, it is gonna do that magic little roll right into the net. That's all you gotta do.
I mean,
but
Joey,
if you throw a brick up there. You throw a brick up there, it's just gonna bounce right back at you.
You're right. I mean, Joey figured it out. He was 9 of 12 last night. I'm not going to let it go. Yeah. I'm not going to let it go. You let a small little boy named Joey get How many points did that mother trucker have? 17 points. He was the only Arkansas State player with double digits. You're going to let this little schmuck of a kid get 17 points on us for what? For why? What are we doing?
Don't know.
A menace. I was not
My other, yeah, no. My other grievance, that's really the only one I have for our team. A smaller one is we did have a lot of shots within like 2 feet of the rim that we missed, and I don't like that. But my other one has nothing to do with us. It's sad to see Matt in a jersey of a different team. And I don't know. I don't really know what, I mean, at halftime, my dad was like, I don't know what their coach is thinking because Matt's the best person on his team and he's got him on the bench. To steal a starter from us and then start him and only play him 17 minutes. I don't know. And listen, like I said, I gave all the props to Latif for giving him a hard time and making him really work for it. And he did not look great, but he also was not on the floor a lot. And I don't know what else their coach is trying to do, but it ain't working. So
I totally agree. The fact that go ahead.
the only other thing I thought of this when I started rewatching the game tonight, with all the love, Matt's not supposed to be a point guard. Now he can handle the ball. I'm not saying that he can't handle the ball, but
He's done it before.
He does better scoring as a shooting guard when he can either get an open shot or go one-on-one with someone as they're working an offense. But bringing the ball down and then trying to create his own shot when there's no one else working to help him create any kind of offensive looks, that's not his role. So I think miss whatever guided lineup idea there from their coach. So
listen, don't get me wrong. I didn't want. I love you, Matt. I didn't want him to have a good game because then that would obviously mean that it was going to be a harder game for us to win. So my loyalties will always be with the Jacks. Now, do I want to see Matt do well? Sure, just not when they're playing us. Let's just say that. I thought it was really nice that yet again, majority of his family came in all wearing Matt Hayman shirts. And you knew exactly where they were behind their bench because they were all wearing matching red shirts, which is what they would do when they would come to the games here in all purple or white shirts. So it was adorable to see them all again. But yeah, that did stink. A couple other grievances I have, not about play. One is, I don't know who elected some random old lady broad to go behind us during the game and kick out a bunch of students that were sitting behind us. No one else was sitting there. No one else who has those seats as season ticket holders was sitting there. No one was there, and they were open seats. And now the biggest issue I have with that is the fact that because camera and TV is facing us, and now it looks like there's no one there. What are we doing?
Glad. I'm so glad you brought that up because I had that and I completely forgot to bring it up. But yeah, we missed like 2 minutes worth of the game because we were literally like turned around like, who is this?
Who is this lady? Do you work here?
Ma'am, you don't own this whole section. And in addition to everything that Alex said, that's literally the 2 rows that are getting caught on camera with bench. But also a majority of the ones who came down and sat in the first row were players from the Lady Jacks basketball team. So listen, if they want to come and support the Lumberjacks basketball team, they can sit wherever the hell they want. They can take my seat. You know what I'm saying?
Bingo.
They can sit there and watch the game.
I was waiting for her to come down and say something to us or something, thinking we were students or some shit. I was waiting. I was waiting. What are we doing? Now it's different if a season ticket holder comes down and says, hey, right. Well, yeah. A season ticket holder comes down and says, hey, those are my seats. Here's my ticket. Please move down so I can sit in my seat. Fine. But no, they were not there. They weren't there. They weren't there. That really ticked me off. I'm like, because now it looks like there ain't nobody here except for me, Jacqueline, Laura, and Gerald's girlfriend, which I didn't catch her name. Next time we were there, I'll have to catch her name. Like, that ticked me off to no end. I'm like, who the H? Because here's my thing. We don't have enough people at these games already. And if you come in and you start saying, hey, you can't sit here, you got to move, you got to move, you got to move, they're not going to come back. They're not going to come back. Because like some old lady told me I couldn't sit where I was sitting. So, them. So now I'm not coming back. Like, I get it. I want the students to sit in the student section. I get it. I understand it. I want them to sit there too. But listen, at the moment, beggars can't be choosers. I want them sitting wherever they want to sit.
We just want them sitting in the dang building.
Correct. Now, again, if they're sitting in a reserved seat and the person who's sitting there comes down there and says, hey, that's my seat. Okay, cool. Move to a different seat. Fine. But it was the wildest thing. I've never seen someone who I don't even think this lady works for SFA. Maybe she does. I don't know. I didn't see no name tag. Whatever. Anyway, that really ticked me off. So if you know who it was, tell us, because I would love to have a conversation with her.
Same. I didn't recognize her at all.
I didn't recognize her. I haven't seen her in a game this whole year, so I don't know. My last grievance.
She doesn't even go here.
She doesn't. Last grievance is about half the teams on my shit list because they forgot to come over and give us a hug after the game. So a few of them made up for it after the post game. We caught them on the court and they came over. Keon, Latif, Nareet. I'm just trying to think of who else.
Anyway, for the game.
Yeah. You're off my shit list, but the rest of y'all are on it. Now, the ones who came over and gave us a hug, let's see, Cam, Cece, Gerald, Johan. There was a couple others. The rest of y'all, shit list. On the list. I better get a clean report from Jacqueline and Laura Mack next Friday. I won't be there. That's my last grievance, is that I can't be at the next home game. I'm in a wedding here in town, and we have rehearsals and all that stuff on that Friday night. And it's just how the cookie has crumbled. And I'm so sorry, but they will hold it down for me. Anyway, y'all better give hugs next time. I have one last thing I forgot to mention. Keon, I mentioned earlier that usually he's a pretty quiet boy, and that sometimes I feel like we're not too much for him, but like, thank you. Overwhelming. I've never heard that boy talk more last night at post game after he and someone else went up. I think Gerald went up to go say hi to Matt up at the tunnel. He was chatting and he was smiling.
That's the most I've heard him. Last night was the most I've heard him speak in all the year plus we've known him put together. And he did get his tooth fixed.
He did.
About that. So
report back that he has
not that bad. So he's got a full smile back.
He goes, actually, it's better than the tooth I did have, or something like that. And I was like, okay, good boy. Love to see it. Let's see them pearly whites, my dude. Okay, so game summary. One word to describe this whole game. I'm just gonna say energy. Like, energetic. The energy was high. The energy was I felt it in my bones. If you weren't there and you were watching on live stream, I hope the energy was just pulsating through the screen, because we all felt it. And God, I hope y'all can come down and watch a game in person soon, and see what we're talking about, because these guys are there. They got the energy. They got the juice.
I'm shocked you didn't say spicy.
I'm saving it. Put it in the back pocket.
That'll be mine for last night.
Okay. But I will use that at some point. But I'm waiting for a night. You know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for a night the first time that Coach gets a T. Because it's going to happen. I feel it. I thought it was going to be last night because he was going after the white-haired ref, going after him. I forgot to mention that earlier as a just a aside. He was yelling at that guy so hard last night, and it was making me giggle, and I loved every second of it. I said, "You get him, Coach. You get him." Yeah, but I'm gonna save it for his first T game. I'm gonna save it for that. Let's see. Did I have any more notes? I was making random notes throughout the whole night. Make sure I got everything I wanted to say. Oh, last thing. I don't know if anybody noticed this, but we jumped really high in the Ken Palm. Like, we made a big old leap. We're at 166. I'm just going to say that. We were not that high. What did I say? Beginning of the season, our Ken Palm was
234, I think, or something.
Something like that. I'm trying to go back up into the notes. Our net was 273. Net and Ken Palm are two different things, as you know. But I don't know what our beginning Ken Palm was. I feel like it was in our basketball chat, and I do not remember where it was that we were chatting with all of our. Oh, yeah, we went from 234 in Ken Palm all the way up to one. Well, Nick says 164. I read 166, but it's
I remember 234.
You were right. Yes. So we're up there. So we're second in this. Oh, crap. I haven't done it yet, Jacqueline. We forgot to add in our standing.
Yeah.
Holy crap. I cannot believe. Okay. So it makes no sense now, but okay, fine, whatever. So technically we're fourth in the Southland right now, which again, I don't know who the hell's doing this. Us and UNO are both 2-1 or 2-0. HCU and Lamar are 1-0, but they're ahead of us in the list, and it's probably just because it's alphabetical order. But we're 2-0, and UNO we're both whatever. I don't understand that logic, but whatever. Put us ahead of them. I don't know, whatever. And then you got A&M Corpus Christi, East Texas A&M, also known as A&M Commerce because they're not East Texas. McNeese and UIW are all at 1-1. UTRGV at 0-1. Nichols, Northwestern, and Southeastern all at 0-2. So there you go. Damn, we got to add that back into the notes. Otherwise, I'm going to forget.
I'll add it in next time. I forgot.
No, you're good. I love the energy even on the screen. It actually reminded me of faint GCU or CBU crowds, TBH. Having that this early in the season is awesome. Hunter, I totally agree. And I love how much, Hunter, you are all involved still, my friend. It makes me happy. Okay, so yes, as a reminder, we have a game on Tuesday night at Rice. It's our first away game of the season. The game is at 7 o'clock, obviously in Houston, because that's where Rice is located. Again, if you're in Houston and you have nothing to do on Tuesday night, please, 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 please consider going and supporting the Jacks, wearing purple and getting loud and getting proud. It's a Tuesday night at 7, and you'll be home by 10. You can do that. That's easy. Jacqueline and I are going to attempt, capital A attempt, that game. If everything works out work-wise and appointment-wise, we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Because I hate missing games, especially at home. So if I can go to an away game, that would be great. Of course, Laura's going to be there because, you know, it's Laura Mack and she's not going to miss that game. So at least we'll have one person in the audience. I don't know who's. Okay, cool. All right. So, man, what a game. all in all, happy, happy, happy. Happy. Let's keep it going. I want to continue to be happy all season. I feel like I don't know. I'm just really excited. I don't think we've had this like excitement energy in a while.
Amen to that.
Amen, sister. All right. So couple reminders and then we're signing off. First reminder is if you didn't know this, we have a website, and on our website, we have a merch store. Haven't mentioned it yet this season, but I wanted to kind of give it a quick little shout out. We got to design a couple new ones for this new era, but we'll get after that as soon as possible. But we have a merch store. We have t-shirts. We have t-shirts and sweatshirts and hats and literally every piece of merch that you can possibly think of on this store. And you can go to any one of our social media pages and the link to this store and our website is on there. I mean, there's other stuff on the website too, but the main thing is our store. And all the money that we get from that, which isn't a ton, by the way, like we're not making buku bucks off this store. I mean, it's probably like a couple bucks here and there from sales. Any money that we do make though goes towards us traveling to games and supporting the Jacks on the road. So anytime that we can support the Jacks, we can. But obviously that takes moolah and money, gas, tickets, travel costs money. So, yeah, that's basically what that money goes to. It doesn't go to anything else. That's it. So yeah, go check out our merch store. There's plenty of options on there. And like I said, we're going to add a couple new designs for our new era that we're in, the Win Together era. And so I am excited to get onto that design. The next reminder is to support the Sawmill NIL Collective. If you're sitting here thinking, man, my love for SFA basketball has been reinvigorated, like I am excited. I am ready. This new team has got the juices and the blood flowing. Well, shoot. If you're looking for a really simple and easy way to support the team directly, go and join the Sawmill 6-man collective and give as little as $10 a month. I mean, $10, that's pocket change to, you know what I mean? Like that's 2 coffees, probably 1 coffee if you round up, a month. And you can give up to $100 a month or even more if you can spare it. But if $10 is all you got, then they will take it, baby. And that really helps a lot. And that money goes directly to the boys, directly to them. It doesn't go to anywhere else. That. And then our last little reminder is about My Plates. We are so appreciative of My Plates and Sean Kennedy and that whole company for allowing us to have such amazing plates on our cars. I mean, we love our plates. The fact that our plates go together whenever we're parked next to each other and it says our podcast name just, again, makes it so funny. When we're separate, it kind of is not understandable, but when we're together, it makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, so buy My Plates for your ride. It's an easy, fun way to support SV Athletics as well. Proceeds and money, a portion of that goes back to SV Athletics as a whole. So it's a Stephen F. awesome way to support your Lumberjacks. If you want to check out the My Plates options and get yourself a beautiful purple license plate for either yourself or even that amazing Lumberjack in your family for like a Christmas gift or something, go to www.myplates.com/lumberjacks. Okay. I think that was all the reminders I had. We appreciate everyone tuning in, even if the little like road bump in the beginning, I didn't know if we were live or not because it didn't say live. So, but we were. And there's about 75 of you watching right now, which is wild for a Saturday night when there's college football on. So we appreciate you tuning into us and listening. And if you joined in late, you can always go back and rewatch from the beginning, or you can go and listen on anywhere you get podcasts, mainly Spotify. And yeah, thank you so much for your support as always. And we appreciate it. And we're excited for this team and we're excited to continue rowing this boat.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. All right. Y'all have a wonderful night. And as always, axe some jacks.
With Alex and Jax.